It's the LOS, no O, low show. Here we go. If you didn't know, this is called the show. Yeah, this is called the show. It's the LOS, no O, low show. Yo, yo, yo. What it is, what it ain't, and what it's gonna be. I'm your favorite LOS, the last one standing, and this is the last one standing room only. You dig? Now, I know I said I didn't want to really talk about kicks or sneakers and none of that. I could talk kicks. I don't really want to talk kicks though. But I feel like I need to. Just because I've seen some things recently that, as a sneaker enthusiast slash connoisseur slash consumer, we shouldn't be seeing these things. And before they had an excuse, or they like to use it as an excuse, we're in a pandemic. So everybody had that as an excuse, and you can no longer use that as an excuse. So do your job, man. Do your job. Now, there's two places I'm talking about specifically. G.O.A.T, and of course STOCKX. Now, both these places have their own sneaker verifiers, promise you certain dates, shipping, and delivery times, but they have both seem to be failing when it comes to getting things shipped. So, if you don't know how those apps work, you go on, you find a pair of sneakers that you like. StockX only uses new, unworn DS shoes, whereas G.O.A.T sells used and DS shoes. So you can purchase from other sellers on these apps. Now, I think they both have time frames in which the seller has to ship their items to the facility, right? As of late, and this is from personal experience, they don't seem to care when the sneakers get to them so that they may ship them to you. I've had to send nasty grams to both of them, which is odd because, well, not odd, but which should never be necessary. But I had to. I literally had to threaten not to use one and go use the other so that they would ship my item. And believe me, when I sent that email 48 hours later, the item I ordered had been shipped to the facility and was being prepared for verification. Weird, right? StockX. It's too difficult to get in contact with them. But when you finally do, you see results. And I get it. But just because you shipped it in a timely fashion doesn't mean you get to ship me two entirely different sizes in one pair. I should not be getting a size 11 and one size 13. Why is that happening? It shouldn't be happening, right? Now, here's my reason or my big conspiracy on why those things are happening. Because these entities, G.O.A.T and StockX, are filling up their memberships with ghost emails and accounts. Something like a shell corporation. And they all stem back to StockX. So when you make that purchase that you believe is coming from another human being, it's really just StockX sitting on something they said they had, waiting for somebody to purchase. So their price might have been the lowest price on the site. So that's why you went with it. And they're expecting that. lowballing all their clientele on certain pairs so they could get their money. So once you put that order in, now StockX has to scramble and find this sneaker because they ain't have it. But they knew you would want it because it was the lowest price there. That explains why it takes so long for the seller to ship to the facility, StockX, or G.O.A.T, specifically StockX in this case, and why it takes them so long to ship it to you. Now, I said earlier that they all have their own verification staff on site. Don't believe the verification. Have a second verification done once you get the sneaker. And there's places like Check Check, Legit Check, and Legit Mark. You can use those apps. But here's my big conspiracy on that. Are these sneaker verification apps in cahoots with the sneaker reseller apps to verify their sneakers regardless of who has purchased them? Regardless of whether or not it's a UA, regardless of whether or not it's a bootleg. Do they each pay each other off, one hand wash the other, to keep them afloat and stay in business? Is that the case? I don't know. I'm not trying to tell you don't use G.O.A.T or StockX, but I'm just trying to tell you to look deeper when you start to think about purchasing things from these companies like StockX and G.O.A.T. They got dead stock pairs of sneakers that ain't been made since 2001. How? There has to be a little house somewhere on a desert island making all these sneakers for them. Or they really know how to chase and track down dead stock pairs of shoes. That could be it. I could be wrong. But like I said, it's a big conspiracy. You can either roll with it or not roll with it. Either way, it makes sense. You dig? But verification. Check, check. Legit check. Legit mark. Are they in cahoots with the resellers to verify anything regardless of its use, condition, and authenticity? I hate that word, but that's what it is. And man, saying all that brings me to a bigger target. Recently, I saw on Instagram and a couple of other social media sites that Benjamin Kicks is at it again with a surplus of Union LA Nike Jordan 2s. Like, he's posting the pics, so he don't care who knows. But of course, it's gonna start people's wheels turning. How's he getting these kicks? How? Who cares how? Why is he getting these kicks? And I know some smart ass is probably saying, he an entrepreneur, he trying to make money, he a reseller. That's not what I mean by why is he getting these kicks. Why couldn't it be somebody else? Why was Benjamin Kicks picked? So people want to know, is he getting them from the stores or is he getting them directly from Nike themselves? Listen, man, that many pairs, he's not getting them from a store. Definitely coming from Nike. And here's my big conspiracy on that. Nike sells what they can sell retail, right? Make that retail money real quick. Ships Benjamin Kicks off as many pairs as he can fit in that room that he keeps taking those pictures in. Knowing that these sneakers are going to go up in price once the reseller gets his hands on them. So now they sold out. Nobody could get them. Benjamin Kicks has the hot button. So now, instead of paying $220 for a pair of sneakers, you paying upwards of $700 to $1,000. Some pairs going for $2,500. All because Nike has sent this young man his own mini mall full of sneakers. It benefits Nike. He posted a picture of the sneakers. Everybody's talking about Nike and Benjamin Kicks and whatever collab is out. So now that's pushing the want even more. Everybody's like, oh, now I gotta have them. I need a pair of those. Blah, blah, blah. They sold out. Nike hit you in the head for $220 retail. And now they hitting you in the head for one of those prices I listed earlier. And you think Benjamin Kicks is the only one benefiting from that, which he's not. It's free publicity. Know whether it's good or bad for Nike. And then I'm pretty certain Nike is taking at least 40% profit from Benjamin Kicks after he sells each pair of those sneakers. So if you can dab and dip in both buckets, why not? That's what Nike's thinking. Is it unethical? Yes. Business wise, very unethical. Is it illegal? I don't know. And if it was illegal, how will we prove that that's what's going down? But that's my Vycks. Nike and Benjamin Kicks are working hand in hand. They taking a cut, and he stays rich, and they make more money on top. Make their numbers look much better. So when companies try to come in or swoop in and buy them, they can be like, nah, this is what we gross a year. If you can't pay us quadruple that, we don't want you. We not selling. But I just took it way far left with that whole Nike not making a big bottom line, which is doubtful. The top four sneaker brands: Nike, Adidas, Puma, and Reebok. Not necessarily in that order. So Nike's definitely making a paper. But I think that this kid, Benjamin Kicks, is getting all his pairs backdoored to him via Nike. I said it. I say it again. But that's my Vycks on that, you heard? And that's all I really had for y'all. It was just bothering me. Because I like sneakers. And the pair that he got stashed in his room in that photo, one of my homies said he copped. I hate that dude. He got luck like he was a leprechaun. I swear to God. A leprechaun with a rabbit's foot, a horseshoe, and a lucky pair of dice in his pocket at all times. You dig? But I'm just saying. That's me. That's the Vycks. It's all about them kicks. And again, I know I said I wasn't going to do kicks, but I ended up doing some kicks anyway. You heard? Music you've been hearing in the backgrounds from all the underground artists, independent artists that I happen to know personally. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description to the playlist so that you can check the playlist out and maybe pick a new favorite artist from the list. You dig? Y'all be easy. I'm gone. It's the LOS, no O. Low Show. Peace. It's the Low Show. Here we go. I love this joint right here. This is my man East Lane Dante. I figured I'll let y'all, catch a little vibe on that. It's the last one standing room only. I'm gone.